Hello everyone. Ever since Bandai Namco revealed the Battle Pass for Tekken 8, I've had a bunch of comments asking when I'm going to make a video talking about it, presumably a video ranting about it, but I honestly don't feel like I have to. One of the reasons I was so vocally critical when they, for example, hid the shop for a month was I felt not enough people were talking about it back then, and I kind of wanted to warn everybody. I'm like, I've been bamboozled by Bandai Namco in the past, don't trust them. But now it's kind of a major talking point, and people are really pointing out the flaws with this game. I mean, Maximilian, dude, did a video less than 10 hours ago talking about the Battle Pass not being good. So it's not like you need a video from me pointing that out, and now I can go back to doing my actual favorite thing, which is laugh at how ridiculous the situation is, which is great because you still get to mock Bandai Namco, but it's also really fun. So first of all, when I open my game today, we will go and talk about the Battle Pass, but some very specific things that are happening inside of it that are mind-blowing to me. I think it might be like one of the most embarrassing things they've ever done. But before I go into the Fight Pass, I just want to say that I opened my game that I paid $70 for a couple of minutes ago, and even though I already know about Eddie and the Fight Pass, it still forced me to look at an ad for that, so that's nice. But we go into the Battle Pass, right? And you probably already know this, but this Battle Pass is like already famously one of the worst Battle Passes of all time. It's really trash. It was also funny when they revealed it, they go like, oh, here we have the Tekken Fight Pass, which is what we're calling it. And Michael Murray's just like, it's just a Battle Pass. Just call it a Battle Pass. So up here is the free tier, and as you can tell, it's mostly empty, which is hilarious already. So you get almost nothing for going through the free tier, which is obviously by design. But you can also see that some of the items that you have in this Battle Pass are items that existed in Tekken 7 and were free when you went into customization mode there, which means that they've taken free content from an old game and they're trying to sell it to you for money in the new one, which is already crazy, but this goes so much deeper. Then you have like the paid tier. This is the stuff you have to get by paying for the paid battle pass. You have to convert your money to Tekken coins first, and the premium battle pass is just slightly more expensive than the minimum amount of Tekken coins that you can buy. So you obviously have to buy a bigger bundle of Tekken coins or buy Tekken coins twice in order to be able to buy this battle pass, which then looks like a pretty decent investment because you can get Tekken coins while progressing it, which means that they're probably trying to manipulate you into spending money and registering your credit card in the Tekken shop at least once, and then that's very easy for you to do if they ever tempt you into doing it again, right? So exactly the kind of like deep design that I want in my 3D fighting game. And then most of the stuff down here, as far as I can tell, is just trash. Like I don't even know what you do with this, like a little sentence that you can have somewhere. Like I guess maybe some people like it. Before we get to the main event of the video, which is over here and is amazing, I want to talk about this Ghee right here because I looked into this, and if I'm right, this is like mind-blowing. Like, point out to me if I'm wrong, if I misunderstood this, but I don't think I have because I looked into it myself. I think this is like, if you don't know about it, it's going to blow your mind. So the maximum reward you get for getting to level 60 in the free battle pass is this karate gi that you have right here, right? Now, if I go into customization mode, in the default customization mode, this item already exists. And you can get it for free, essentially. You can get it with your fight money that you already have billions of because you get it when you play matches. So I'm like, how can they have it in the default customizations and then have it in the battle pass as well? Well, I noticed that the option that's in the default customization only works on male characters. And if you look at this picture, the gi is being worn by Lily and Oscar. So when they sat down and planned like how much content they were going to gate behind the paywall, just how much they can force behind the paywall, they came up with a brilliant idea that they're going to take default free customization items and split them in half and then try and sell you one of the halves, which is, I mean, it's amazing. It is just amazing. And I think the big message that you get when you look at this battle pass, like a lot of people have called it lazy. I don't think it's lazy. To me, this looks like complete desperation. It looks like Bandai Namco are desperate to scrape this together, which, you know, is It's not a great outlook for the future. But now I want to get to the main event of the video. Now, I discovered Ball during one of my streams, and it blew my mind. It took me like 2 days to make this video because I had to process how amazing I think this is. So, you know, if you bought a special edition of this game and you got 32 gold suits, well, check it out. Now you can buy 33 balls. They might look similar, but just to point out the differences, this right here, for example, is the ball for Jack, but this here is the ball for Brian. So, like, my first question when I see Ball in the Battle Pass is, okay, so I buy Ball and then I go into customization mode. What does it do? Like, can I add textures to it? Can I change the size of it? Can I, like, use it to make some sort of customization? And no, you can't. Like, I've seen people buy it now, and all it is this white ball just floats next to your head. And it just sits there, and that's all it does. So Bandai Namco are so desperate that they're they're resorting to trying to sell you geometric shapes now, which is amazing. But then somebody in my chat goes, hey, I have that asset. So I'm like, what do you mean? Well, when you do 3D modeling or you make games, you use a software that has assets already in it, where you can buy these asset bundles. And an asset is just an object that you put somewhere in your game, like a table or a tree or whatever. And a sphere, it's like a basic tool in a program like that, because you might need this shape and then do stuff to it to create something in your game. It's the equivalent of basically switching between the paintbrush and the spray can in MS Paint. You know, it's different tools that come with the software. And this right here in software like that is a free asset that you just get. If you have Blender, there's probably a version of it in Unreal 5, which Bandai Namco use. So they've taken a basic geometric shape, like a basic tool, and put it behind a paywall for you in this game. And I was like trying to come up with a good analogy for it. It's really hard, but it's almost like going to McDonald's and then buying a whole meal. And when you buy the meal, you also take like a bunch of the free napkins off the counter. You eat your hamburger and go back to your regular job. And when you're standing there servicing a client at your day job, you're trying to at the same time sell them some of these free napkins that you got from McDonald's. That's basically what Bandai Namco are doing with their Battle Pass. And just to check if that was true, I went out and found a picture of the actual Blender sphere that people told me about. And this is a picture of it right here. As you can tell, it is identical. I mean, down to the background, it's identical to what Bandai Namco are putting in their Battle Pass. So they are desperate enough. Oh, damn, that's my awesome dwarf customization in World of Warcraft. They are so desperate that they are like selling you stuff they got for free, and they're not even going to manipulate them. It's even funnier because the exact same ball exists earlier in the Battle Pass, but they have, you know, put some sort of, I'm guessing, default just checker pattern on it. It's funny that you get a checkered ball, which is arguably more interesting than a completely featureless ball earlier in the Battle Pass. So you actually get a better ball at level 19 than you get at level 45. You know, this ball should be more awesome. It's higher level. So yeah, that's where we are. And I think somebody was very, very desperate to scrape together this pathetic Battle Pass because they were out of time and out of resources. They have to come up with 60 new levels for the next portion of the Battle Pass. And considering that they're already completely out of ideas, that doesn't bode well. And how much resources and time are they going to have to use scrambling to create more trash for this trash Battle Pass, as opposed to fixing the gameplay issues with their game, which are kind of compounding right now, with cheating still being a problem, the new patch and the balance changes creating all kinds of weird and strange interactions and changing wall breaks in a big way. And then Eddie Gordo comes out, and we already know that he's incredibly broken. But of course he was going to be, because that's also part of this entire very, very deep monetization design. So it's gone from, in 2 months, a game with, apart from like special editions and DLC characters, no monetization in game, to this complex economic ecosystem where you have a shop and you can get coins, and there's a battle pass, and the battle pass is a free and a paid tier, and you can get money back through it. There's another thing that they're doing right now, right, where you can buy an expansion pack that includes all the DLC characters that will be released this year. So Eddie and then 3 more characters. Now, I already know what those 3 characters are because they were leaked. But, you know, if you don't, they're basically asking you to buy 3 random characters that you don't know anything about. Could be characters that you're completely uninterested in, and it's $40. Whereas one regular DLC character is much cheaper. If you buy 4 of them individually, it's cheaper than that. So how are they justifying the $40 price tag on this expansion pack that includes mystery characters? Well, they're going to give you early access to those characters, and you can play them a couple of days before everybody else, which is like a weird move that Blizzard pulled with Diablo 4. You could pay more for early access. I mean, it's getting so ridiculous right now that it really is its own parody. But I think Ball is amazing, dude. I've been thinking about Ball a lot because I think this is Bandai Namco hitting actual rock bottom. And I mean, I'm almost starting to worry about them, like if they're okay as people. But the other thing is, like, if you really want to, if making video games is that hard and that difficult and that expensive, and you really like don't make enough money doing it, I mean, it's obvious what you should do. You could easily fix the situation, and Harada Murray, this is something that you should do, right? Take my word for it. There's a website called OnlyFans, and you go on there and you make an account, and then you just sit around without your pants playing with, like, I don't know, apples and bananas or whatever, and you make millions every month, and you don't have to make any games at all. You don't even have to take a free asset from your creation software and put it behind a paywall. Even a lazy move like that, you don't have to do anything. You can just sit there with your dick out and you can become a millionaire. So I think maybe Bandai Namco should pivot from, trying to make fighting games into something that is more, in line with their talents. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you thought it was funny. I am laughing my ass off. I will be streaming the game later tonight, I'm pretty sure, so maybe I'll see you then. But for now, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you very soon.